Did DC home values increase or decrease during 2019, or did they stay the same as they were in 2018? What was the top selling home in the city? And how many days can you imagine your home staying on the market before it goes under contract? Hello everyone, I'm Brett West with the UrbanCastle team at McEnearney Associates Realtors here in Washington, DC. In this video, we're going to talk about the 2019 real estate market and how it's teed up for 2020. And then I'm going to break it down a little bit more for my neighbors in 16th Street Heights, all coming up after the intro. We saw a little bit of everything during 2019. The year started out with a whisper due to the federal government shutdown, but leading into February, our market kicked off with a flourish. Throughout the year, buyers enjoyed a little bit of a buyer's market, sellers enjoyed a little bit of a seller's market. More than 9,200 total units sold. That's 51 more than sold in 2018, with a total volume sold of $6.6 billion. The median home price, considering houses, condos, and co-ops, rose 3.25% to $585,000 from 2018. And on average, homes remained on the market for 30 days before going under contract, which is the same amount of time we saw in 2018. Let's have a look at 16th Street Heights. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with 16th Street Heights, walk out the front door of the White House, up 16th Street 4 miles, and you can't miss it. The neighborhood is marked by wide, tree-lined streets, large homes, and large lots, especially when compared to homes downtown Washington. The neighborhood came into existence during Washington's population boom of the 1920s. We were effectively the end of the streetcar line. In 16th Street Heights during 2019, a total of 98 homes sold. That includes condos, co-ops, duplexes, row houses, and detached homes. The average price for homes sold in 2019 was $823,000. That's up quite dramatically, 11.3% to be exact, from the average price sold in the neighborhood of $740,000 during 2018. Let's break the total down by property type. I've analyzed condos and co-ops of all sizes and attached properties as well as detached properties with 3+ bedrooms. Here's what we find. Let's start with condos. A total of 17 sold at an average price of $498,697,000. That is a 58.6% increase in price from 2018. We saw properties drop about 2.5% from their original asking price to get sold, and these properties spent an average of 47 days on market to go under contract versus the average of 12 days in 2018. Most people don't know this about 16th Street Heights, but attached properties, including row houses and duplexes, are nearly equal in number to detached properties in the neighborhood. In 2019, 39 attached properties sold. We actually saw a drop in inventory from 2018 by almost 20%. The average sold price was $816,000 versus $738,000 in 2018. That's a jump of more than 10%. Properties retained about 98% of their original asking price to get sold, which dropped from 2018 when homes retained 99.5% of their original asking price to get sold. And homes spent an average of 34 days on market before going under contract versus 29 days in 2018. The neighborhood is mostly known for its grand mansions. People driving up and down 16th Street have long called these Gold Coast homes. They are true urban castles. In 2019, 37 detached properties sold. That's down 21% from the 47 that sold in 2018. The average sold price was $1,043,324. That's up 12% from the $925,000 in 2018. Properties on the market dropped nearly 6% from their original asking price to get sold. That's a lot of price reduction as compared to 2018, when the average detached property in the neighborhood retained nearly 99% of its original asking price to get sold. The average days on market also increased dramatically by 84%, from 26 days in 2018 to 48 days in 2019. So what does all this tell us? Well, for one, it tells us that buyers and sellers weren't always on the same page when it came to property price and value. Homes spent more days on market to get sold and reduced more from their original asking price to get sold versus what we've seen in recent years. Still, the average market value throughout the neighborhood increased by more than 11% from 2018. And that fact says people are placing greater value on homes throughout 16th Street Heights. Some of that has to do with the types of homes throughout the neighborhood. As more and more people remain in Washington, D.C., they're looking for places to grow. Whether they're growing their family, looking for more room for Fido to run around, to host greater parties, or just have more elbow room in your home. Honestly, I believe our neighborhood actually has a very special ingredient: quality of living. And it takes people like you and like me to give of our time and talents to make our neighborhood an even better place to live. But I'll talk about quality of living in our neighborhood in my next video. So what's your next move? Are you looking to buy, sell, or rent property in the Washington metro area? Or do you know someone who is? And if so, would you be so kind as to introduce us? Heck, even if the goal is outside the Washington metro area, I have the capabilities of facilitating introductions and screening realtors in any market from Boise to Bangkok. Well, that'll do it for today. Please leave questions in the comments section below, and I'll answer them in my next video. See you next time.